lot of people don't leave the city. People don't leave the block. People don't leave their home. People aren't able to do that. There's no life outside of their own in certain countries. Like it's a lot that's going on around the world that, you know, I almost feel we make too important in a sense, because knowing that, even in knowing and even in being grateful and everything that I have seen and done and been able to do, I can sit here and tell you that there's nowhere on this planet that can make you happy or satisfied or complete, because it's a soul game. You know, your soul that's attached to your body, whether you think it belongs to you, this body, it doesn't. You shouldn't be attached to material things and traveling and none of that, because at the end of the day, what I see is poverty. It's poverty everywhere. It's an abandonment of buildings. It's people in the streets, children under 5 are dying. I want to say, like, I can't even, it's like over 1 million. Like 5 million or something, under the age of 5, from starvation alone. It's almost as if we all have these issues, and instead of, you know, it's not beneficial to market that, or to, you know, call it fun or something that we're responsible for, is the thing that we don't feel responsible for all these things that we are definitely have some accountability for. This mindset, this mind game, people have deja vu, and it's like a pattern. We've always been here before, and I honestly know for a fact that reincarnation is something that 8 billion people, I want to say, in the world believe in reincarnation. Doesn't matter the religion. What reincarnation means can be very much translated wrong, or taken in its own sense, and it's supposed to. We're not the same, you know, human individual. We don't process information the same. It's not whether or not this matrix of mind games gets exposed or not. But that's not entirely up to me. And the only thing I can do is provide you this. And basically, my goal is to show you that since the 16th century and forward now, modern times, this is exactly what a lot of people warned us about. Me personally, I can't be scared of Christ. Like, I'm not going to fight with God, and I only work for God. That's my role. All derived from this ball game. And I keep mentioning it because another game, Los Juegos de Palacio, that was happening in the 16th century as well. If pharaohs and Mayan, like demigods, like have been able and have been knowing this, and religions have known this, and we have taken this into this, like basically reduced it to a very ignorant game, and again targeting probably indigenous royal family members. People camp outside of this church in Antigua to be able to be a part of carrying this statue of Christ Jesus and participating in these things, this event, this Holy Week, this importance, right? Nipsey Hussle was Muslim, and I read every Bible. I read La Vida as well, and the bigger message is, the message to me is the fact that there's always going to be an extra message, and if there's no opportunity to ask questions nor know what type of question to ask, that word, pardon me, how can we sit here and say a Messiah cannot be Muslim AD? To know that he was supposed to meet the police that day or that afternoon when he was assassinated in front of his store. So when the body is slain, the soul enters another body, right? That's reincarnation. The type of body that we have now is the expression of our consciousness at the time of our last death. So where you were consciously in your mind when you died last, that is the type of body that we have now. Now, you know, you just have to really investigate your mind and your mindset at the time. At this time, because if you don't, that's basically providing your next life, right? Your next body. So if you're still currently in a really bad conscious state of mind and you're not learning your lesson in a sense, and you know, going back to this astrology and these symbolisms of twins and just this, I feel like almost got away with this one God theory, yet it makes sense if you break it down and apply it to your life and who's around you, if that makes sense. Because the story is not a story, it's someone's truth. And whether that truth suits you is mandatory. You must find how that truth suits you and what you need to get rid of in order to be able to free your mind and your soul of this little flesh of ours to myself, right? My life. I am from Nakdun, and that's on my soul. So this is a Marathon clothing store. Right, the parking lot, and be the store, and then right here would be the alleyway. That's the Fat Burger, right? So, and then here's a procession of Christ. So now you have 3 different maps. Right? 3 different maps here. Speaking Mayans, which by the way, there's a misconception of and a lot of types of like the savage lifestyle, and you know the fact that polytheism, you know, I'm a walking contradiction. That's how I see it. So especially when you know where you're from, it's hard to communicate with simple-minded people. You know, us to our modern day times. Look at this map. You can't sit here and tell me that Christ hasn't been on earth. Like this has been something we've grown up on, and we're a part of. We're enslaved in our own minds and have been told to live a certain way and to do certain things.